Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Second and 9 now. He sets to fire deep. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Taken in at the 22. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Yeah. Look at me. Nice.
Here's Christian McCaffrey. His pops was a Giant for 3 years. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Set. 30 base. 54 Mike. Watch the screen. Pass. 54 Mike. 54 Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, lock it. Watch the run.
Greer will look to throw on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check 59, right? Oh! 59. Mike, check. 59. Let's go, Brandon. Hey! High 7. Get that ball. Hit it.
On 3rd and long, here's Greer. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Back to throw. That's complete to John Ross. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's second and inches at the 45-yard line.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now Saquon Barkley, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Let's go. 60 outlaw. 54. Mike, 54. All day, just like that. Just like that. Check it out, read. No trade. Spell. Set. Go.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Hey, 1-7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, check.
Back to throw here. It's hauled in by Shepard. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
4th down and
1.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it.
It's going to be a long day. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Put up.
They'll run forward with Barkley. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
54. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let go.
They'll drop the throw. Being chased out left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
We ain't giving up nothing today. 36.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after one on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Evan Ingram, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Watch us right. Go.
Now a toss. This is McCaffrey. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
60 Pittsburgh. Hey, here I come. Go out. Here I come. Deuce. Hatchet. Ready.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Ready? Watch the safety creep. Rock it. Look at me. Zipper. Get it.
This is McCaffrey. Credit the tackle there to Jordan Lewis.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Ready?
58, Mike. In your face.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And Ron Rivera, he's going to keep the offense on the field. They're going for it.
Check 4. Slam. 49. Check hard. Slam. And shit. Begin. Rush it.
Here we go with McCaffrey. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Christian McCaffrey unable to get to the marker. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads. They don't last.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Rosas to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. Shit. Look. Squeeze.
Kill.
Check 52.
Check 43.
Watch the end. Watch the
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Shit. Joker. Kill. 80 weapons. Hey, exit. Hey, Sam off. Put up. Fire.
On first down, it's Greer. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught, and he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point try good by Gano, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And now it's second down.
Mike 52. Bring it. Man left.
You got 3 down.
66. Pull it. Tap.
They'll run with Barkley. And an alley to run. He's got daylight. The 30. 10. And all 78 yards. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. And not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Greer on first down. Throw left side complete. It's Mullins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On first down, this is McCaffrey. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, McCaffrey, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. 30 base. Hey, Orbit. 58, boy, 58, Mike. Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Hey. 58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. 6 man. Check curls and go.
Throwing on 3rd down, Greer. It's complete to Grant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards and a Panther first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
59. Let's go, defense. Our time.
Hey, lock it.
Spawn. No.
Hey, zoom. Ready.
On 1st and 10, Greer. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
On the set. Mike, 50. Go. Get it.
First down, Greer. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
First down, Carolina.
Go.
Go 50 yards to Mike. Hey, let's get this.
Yep. Let's go.
Now a first down throw, Greer. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Jabril Peppers, a former first-round pick there on the coverage.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to... He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score. Gano now to add the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Barkley. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick.
Let's go, folks.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess that in the locker room, they talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Jim. He's coming.
You draw corker. Stand.
Check. Kill. Hey, turn it out.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Look at me. Zipper.
From the gun on 3rd down, Greer. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. On the ball. Check 24.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. Another try for Barkley. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a gain of 4, but it'll bring us now to a 3rd and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. 54.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Wait.
Here's Barkley. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It'll be a gain of 5, but they do keep him out of the end zone, and now it's 4th down. Rosa's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10.
61, matchbox, right.
Kill.
Gone.
Under 10. 10.
You're out.
Check hot route. Hot.
Now.
I got it.
They'll begin with a run by Gallman. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Ready.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
You.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Protein spill. Hey, Echo. Hey.
Motion. Watch the ship.
Greer on 3rd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Lorenzo Carter, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down.
Mike 59. Come on, D. Mike 59.
They are going for it. Here's Greer. Buying time to his left. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Rock it. Ready.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Let's go. 60 outlaw.
54 Mike.
Yo, 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 go, go.
54 Mike. 55.
5.
54. Watch 54.
Get it.
Looking to throw on second down. Greer.
And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. McCaffrey. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
A pickup of 2 yards. And the Panther first down.
Hey, watch this, watch this.
Hard, hard. Leo.
Lucky.
Go.
Motion to back.
Be driven.
They'll run with McCaffrey. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter, and don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to fire one. He's got a man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 32 that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. Now it's Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Set, ready. Get the flag. 54. Right, 54. In your face.
2nd and 14. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Right there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's wet?
And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up.
Check 25, check 25. Hey, switch gears. Check. Go.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check three. You got tight.
Yep.
You got tight.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Great. Let's go, dude.
Hey, Delta.
It's going to be a long day. 58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. I'm going to come back to you.
6-6, pull it hard. Look at me. Door. 5.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. Big hold of the 30. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. They're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Bravo.
Mike 54. Watch the run.
Yeah.
Baby shot. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Check tight.
Hey, seam 6.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
On 4th down, Greer. He's going to let it fly. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Saquon Barkley running right. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This quarterback now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
2nd and 10. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again. Go. Check, check, check. Motion out of the backfield. Motion out of the backfield.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Giants, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Carolina, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll look to get back in the